What do you got? Over here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hi. Which ones? Over here? Which ones? You're like, these. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hey Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon and welcome to the channel. This is another episode of Intuitive Kitty Korner where Kitty picks the cards for you and I do the readings based on the cards that she chooses. I strongly and firmly believe that cats are very, very mystical creatures and that they have intuitive abilities far beyond what we can comprehend as human beings. So we're going to pull the cards that she picked for today's reading for you all. But before we jump into today's reading, I do want to remind you about the promotion that I do have going all throughout the month of November. And that is to give a copy of my book away. So I'm going to lay this down here. That's what it looks like. So all you need to do is comment the word book, B-O-O-K, on any video that you are entered in this book giveaway. So any video that I post during the month of November, you are entered. So the book's title is The Art of Expression. It was just released on Amazon and it is now available in 3 formats, ebook, paperback, and hardcover. You will be winning this beautiful paperback first edition. This contest runs for the whole month of November, and you only need to type in 4 letters, B-O-O-K. You can check out a free sample download of it on Amazon in the links in the description. Good luck, and please be aware that you must be a subscriber to win this book. So it has 158 pages. It's got a little bit of everything, just getting into energy work. I give you a 5-step process on how to do shadow work. I also have poetry in here. I also have some of my artwork in here. And I also have just a bunch of other information that's helped me along the way. So if you are interested in winning a free copy of my book, then you just need to enter and you will receive it if you are chosen. So let's jump right into today's reading. Okay, so we are going to start with the Magical Spirit Oracle. So these are the 3 that were pulled for you today to start the reading out. So the first one that we have is the Fairy, number 31. Blessings, flow, and magical energy. It says, darling, don't you remember you're a badass? Keep winging it. I love that because I love double meanings of things. So she's got wings, so, you know, winging it. It's like punny. But also maybe some of you don't have everything all figured out and you are just winging it through life, you know? So again, I love double meaning of things. I love, love, love it like so much. All right, the next card that came out is Breaking into Bloom. And this is time, liberation, and understanding, number 29. It says sometimes you will break before you bloom. Wow. So some of you might actually be feeling this, like maybe you're experiencing some tower moments in your life. Things are starting to fall apart. You are, again, feeling like you're winging it. You're not sure what to do next. You're kind of seeing that maybe things are exiting your life, but you haven't yet seen things enter your life at this point. So we'll see where this takes us with the message, but I do love that we have here like the sprouting of a rose And then here, it's like, there it is. That's the full-fledged rose. So we have the red rose, overcoming obstacles, finding joy, and carefree. It says, don't worry, darling, you'll find your way. Look at that. And this rose is coming up through the cracks of the cement. Okay? So it's literally like we go from this rose coming out of the third eye to, here it is, you finding your way. So beautiful energy to start our reading with today. And I am actually going to read from the book on these. I don't always feel called to do that, but today I feel like there could potentially be a deeper message that we need to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So starting over here with the fairy. And again, this is blessings, the Midas touch, flow, and magical energy. The affirmation for this card is, everything I touch turns to gold. My energy attracts magic. Divine blessings, fairy dust, flow state, magic, special powers while frolicking in the forest and flying amid the mushrooms. A fairy has stopped and appeared to you. A most positive omen, as they only reveal themselves to a rare and kind person. A person who has magical energy, or who will soon be sprinkled and blessed with some. One who is gifted magic mushrooms that hold special powers from deep within the forest, who receives luck, then returns home with it. Fairies live with an effortless energy and personify the raw beauty of nature. They are nature's spirit and the human form manifested into one. An ultimate masterpiece. They are the tricksters of the forest, as they can vanish at will and are of a fickle nature. You don't want to mess with them, cut down their trees, or destroy their homes. In folklore, it is said that many have paid the penalty for doing so. Drawing this card is a positive omen that blessings are near. Trust that you are wildly magical and capable of doing whatever your soul is calling you to do. You are being endowed with special powers and the Midas touch. Everything that you touch will turn to gold. A period of grace, flow, magic, and opportunity is here or will soon be. Wow. All right, so beautiful energy to start this reading out with today. So maybe some of you have already started to see this or feel this, the energy in the planetary alignments and the Schumann resonance and all of these things are affecting us all in a multitude of ways, okay? So maybe some of you are feeling more this cracked open feeling, like things are falling apart, you're losing your way. People are exiting your life. Spirit just wants you to know that these are all happening for you, not to you. So you have the Midas touch, whether you believe that within yourself at this point or not. Spirit just wants you to know that it is true, and you just need to believe it and to keep going. Okay, and so the next card is this breaking into bloom. The rosebud, time, liberation, and understanding. Your affirmation, my third eye is awakened and my heart is open. I just saw 2222 on the timer. So this is temperance. The red rose has paid you a visit. She is your ally and comes with the gift of grace and patience. She knows what it's like to think the world is ending and then have it begin again, to feel trapped. For the bud must break open before it can bloom. It can be painful and seem long, but you must learn this is a path to liberation. This card has an energy of awakening, self-liberation, and patience. The red rose has mastered these and wants to help you learn them as well. It can be a positive omen that there is something that you will soon understand, something that has been troubling your mind and heart. Something that you have been trying to figure out, get past, or comprehend. Notice the hourglasses in the artwork. They are on both sides of her, reminding her that time itself is a necessary ingredient in the process of growth and awakening, just as water is. This card can also mean that the red rose has a message for you, that you are or have been in a struggle but need to trust that it will all end up leading you to more freedom and magic. The red rose is your friend and reassures that sometimes you will break before you bloom. You are on the path of setting yourself free from something. This could be within you, your career, creativity, healing, or your dreams. Notice how the red bloom blossoms as an extension of your third eye, your ultimate spiritual center connecting you with the quantum realm. The spirit of the rose is within you. You have the power of understanding what you're meant to. You feel another rose blooming from your heart, resulting from the awakening of your own self-love during this process. With third eye intuition and the power of your heart, you are sure to free yourself from your struggle. Those are the places that need to be opened at this time. As they say, energy goes where attention flows. And while I was reading this message, I also, between these two cards, noticed something and was given a message about it. So because things can seem very uncertain as you are blooming and as you're, breaking open before the bloom, and then suddenly this rose shows up through the crack of the cement here, what I am being told is that you are going to show up right at the right time, the right place, in front of the right people. Like, you are absolutely being, I almost said the word groomed. That sounds terrible. But sort of, yes, but in a good way, right? Not to be, anyways, we're not going to go down that road. But you're going to be placed right where you need to be, okay? So while things feel a little uncertain in the present moment, just keep going and keep trusting that, it says you'll find your way, but you're also being escorted and pushed and nudged in the general direction of the way that, you're supposed to go. So trust your instincts at this time, because if your body rejects a person, a place, jobs, relationships, whatever it is, trust that. If your body is like, ew, I feel icky about this, whatever it is, don't go that way, right? That's not your way. That's how you're going to find your way, is by now using this new navigation system that's being upgraded within you, that's your heart and your third eye, that's going to guide you towards the way that is for your highest good and your best possible outcome. So let's jump over now to this last card and see what that one has to say. So now we're in bloom, we're the red rose, overcoming obstacles, finding joy, Buddha energy, and carefree. Your affirmation is, I freely flow and find my path. I nurture my joy. As an ally and guide, the red rose represents a being that blooms even in impossible situations. This particular rose grew from the concrete of a sidewalk. Nature always finds a way. She has an all-seeing eye at the center of her petals. She has used her insights and magic to overcome all odds and obstacles in her way, even when others didn't believe it was possible. Her spirit is surprisingly lighthearted, playful, and colorful for such a resilient and spiritually connected being who chooses to be stubborn and still seek joy, magic, and meaning despite circumstances. This results in her ability to continue growing and even uplift and inspire others as they try to do the same. There is a carefree and fluid energy behind this card. It is here to guide you and invite you to stop being so serious, to trust that you will make it through whatever it is that you need to, as you have in the past. You are not permanently stuck, so lighten up. Relax the worry, overthinking, and doubt. It isn't helping you or anybody, it only blocks what you want or where you're trying to get to. If you have pulled this card, it could also mean that a mentor or guide will come into your life with a teaching to help you overcome an obstacle. Or a person who is already in your life could greatly assist you at this time. Is there someone who always seems to stay joyful and light? Observe and learn from these people. The most enlightened teachers on the planet are those who seem to always be giggling. The Buddhas of the world. Learn from them. How they are, not just what they say. All right, well, very beautiful insight there. So it's basically just calling you to do your best. Have compassion with yourself as you go through whatever this is that you're going through, okay? Remember, you're a badass. And if you have to wing it, keep winging it, all right? You'll find your way. No need to worry. So, let's get into the tarot that Kitty picked for your reading for today. Now, I haven't even looked at these yet, so I don't even know what we're looking at. All right, so we have the Two of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Five of Pentacles, and Four of Swords. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here. All right, so what I am seeing here is, and again, I kind of divide this up into past, present, future. That's just how I read. That's how I tend to read. Is we do have like an inner conflict in the past energy. And that inner conflict was uncertainty on which direction to go. There's Kitty. Hi, Kitty. So, some of you were at a crossroads. And I'm getting that you may have already chosen now at this point what your direction is. But it felt like you may have sat at that crossroads for a hot minute and probably overthought every possible scenario that could have come out of this. Like, if I go this way, what happens? If I go that way, maybe it was more than a fork in the road. Maybe it was like a 5-way road. You're like, there's so many choices, and then you kind of psyched yourself out because of all the choices. And you allowed this to almost deter you from moving forward at all. Like I said, you probably sat at that crossroads for a hot minute. Like, I really don't know what to do. And a lot of you, it was because of a fear of starting over in some endeavor. Feeling like you weren't like the master of something any longer. So maybe you had previously mastered something like a skill set, a job, whatever this was. Maybe it was a relationship. Maybe you invested a lot of time into something. And then you're like, I can't just walk away. Like, this has been so time restraining for me. I invested a lot, whether it was money, whether it was time, whether it was energy, whatever it was that you invested, it really had you conflicted on whether you should move away from something or not. Even if part of you inside, again, your soul, I'm getting like your soul was nudging you to go a particular way. And maybe by that point, you felt like, you weren't trusting your intuition yet. Maybe your intuition hadn't really come online much, or you didn't even know much about intuitive nudges and that sort of thing. And so back then you were just winging it. That's very much what I'm getting. But with the Knight of Swords here, this is very much about forward movement and fast forward movement. It was almost like the thoughts, something happened where you just became very decisive and moved forward. So I don't know if there was a catalyst event that caused this, but something changed within your state of mind. You made a plan and you were like, let's go. And whatever caused this to happen did create a lot of loss in your life. Like, again, tower moments, things to break down, people to leave. Maybe you were leaving behind people. But it was because you saw a different outcome for yourself than what you were sitting in back here. You saw something within yourself that said either I deserve better than this, or I can do better than this. Like maybe you were being, again, let's go to job. If it was a job, maybe you weren't being paid enough for your beautiful energy. And they were just abusing your time and your talents. Maybe you found like a side gig that you enjoyed a heck of a lot more than like sitting at a desk 8 to 5 or whatever it is. And you're like, I don't enjoy this job. I don't feel appreciated. I'm not getting paid enough to do this. Like I just heard to deal with people's stupidity. So you moved out of something quickly. Once you figured it out, you did not hesitate to leave. Like there was a very stagnant energy right here for a hot minute, but it was because you couldn't decide something. You were all up in your head, overthinking. But once that thought came through, it was like, again, like a lightning strike. I don't know if it was like Ace of Swords energy where it was just a sudden epiphany and you're like, that's it. That's what I needed. I'm gone. Like maybe another job came along, if this was in a relationship, maybe there were red flags in the beginning and you were very conflicted. Like what I'm getting is maybe even like manipulation of some sort where the person was like telling you things, but like their behavior wasn't matching their words. And so you were very conflicted because you're like, but I think they love me, but I'm going to stay even though it feels like, I don't know, I think I could do better. Like, like kind of something like that. And again, these are just examples. I'm sure all of you are dealing with some different things with this situation. So now that you are choosing yourself, okay, in whatever situation it is that you stagnated in for too long, you made a quick decision to get out, you are now in this beautiful Queen of Pentacles energy. And with that, you are starting to build a solid foundation for yourself. Like I'm getting that you now know what it is you don't want from the past situations. And so now you have to decide what it is you do want. And you're almost magnetizing that energy towards you. So if it is something that I do want in a relationship, what are the characteristics of the person that I would want in a relationship? You're calling that in. If it is a job, what are the ideal pay scales or like daily life of that job's, going to look like and that sort of thing. So you're basically like, this is what I'm manifesting now. Hi, kitty. So this part of you is like, I'm done with the shenanigans. I didn't enjoy whatever was back here. Quick movement to come forward. You now are trying to build this new thing that you have going on. And again, maybe you're doing it yourself. Maybe you're doing it in a partnership. This could be partnership as well here. This typically is like the 1111 card. Could also be celebrations, weddings, things of that nature. Okay, so take that as it resonates. But it's always about building something solid. Structure, stability, foundation. All right. Now, the interesting part is we did get a 5 of Pentacles to show up here. And I'm getting that you had to heal from something that was left behind. Whether this was someone you had to leave behind. This could have been a mindset you had to leave behind, like a lack mentality mindset. Like the feeling that there's not going to be enough. Again, if it's a job, maybe you're like, I can't ever get this kind of job because there's people out there that are smarter than me or have more experience than me or whatever the situation is, right? If it's a relationship, maybe it was your mentality of equal give and take. I am getting very much that if this was a relationship that you overgave and you were left empty-handed, like you were the pauper in the situation. You were left out in the cold. It was like you were constantly being this loving, giving presence, like the Queen of Pentacles here. And then you were just left with nothing after the fact. So you had to heal from that. The 4 of Swords always comes after the 3 of Swords, which is typically a heartbreak card. And so the 4 needing to be healed from that. we do now also have 2 4s on the table. So again, you're starting to rebuild something. And I love that over here it talks about opening your third eye and your heart chakra, because this is exactly what this is. This is healing your heart. So as you heal your heart, your third eye kind of intuitively opens with it, if that makes sense. It's like you're following your heart now instead of overthinking things, right? And once you start to do that, it's like the soul comes online and all these abilities show up for you, and things just intuitively feel good to you or not good, right? This is where we use our discernment, because it's teaching us where it is we should be going and where it is maybe we shouldn't be going, right? Like back into the arms of somebody who didn't appreciate us. Hey, yeah, I'm not going back there again. But if someone new comes along, you're like, okay, this feels different. Maybe I can trust this, right? My heart's open. Maybe I can get into something new and not like let the bad taste in your mouth from the past situation, muddy the waters of the new one, right? You have to use your discernment. All right, so I do want to keep going here and dive a little deeper. So let's see what else we can find. All right, Spirit, what else do we have for the collective for this reading, please? What else do they need to know? A little bit of faith goes a long way. Remember that. Okay, so that's reminding me of this card here. So again, as things are exiting your life, as you're healing, you're building new, just have some faith, It can be tough when there's so much uncertainty at this time and you're unsure of where things are going. Again, as I said earlier, just trust that you will pop up right where you need to be, right in the right place, right time. Okay, what else? Thank you. You could use some self-care, like now. Schedule it in. All right. So I don't know for any of you that are not 4 of Swordsing in your life right now, do it. Okay? This is healing. This is recovery. This is rest and rejuvenation. Self-care. Self-love. All right? So in the traditional tarot, the person is resting on a bed. Typically you have the 3 swords hanging up and then the 1 below, and they're just kind of laying down. That's all you can do right now. Just take care of you. You are the most important person to yourself. So very highlighted on the self-care at this time. Rest and rejuvenation. Don't overdo it. Okay? It's interesting because there's no cards here that are indicating that you're overdoing anything. Trust yourself always and trust others once they've earned it. Okay, that to me is going back to that thing that I was talking about where, if you're getting into a new situation, whether it's a new job, a new relationship, whatever it is, don't allow the muddy waters of the past to stain the new situation that's coming in. Okay? Not everybody is terrible out there. Not every job is out to take advantage of you. So, and I'm hearing a siren. I can't tell if it's a fire truck or an ambulance. But, that has meaning there. So, trust yourself. And know when it's time to rest. Know when it's time to trust somebody. As strange as that sounds. That's where the intuition is going to come in. Okay? I'm hearing like guilty until proven innocent, right? Or innocent until proven guilty. Not the other way around. Like, don't do the first one. Not everybody's guilty. Okay? And so some of you may have trust issues from whatever this past situation was. because of that. You're like, well, I was hurt before. I trusted somebody and they hurt me. Yeah. I think every single one of us has been in that situation, and it sucks. It definitely sucks. But what did it teach you? Did it teach you to use discernment? Like, what I'm getting is that most of us, especially when you're empathic and trusting and loving, you have this energy. It's beautiful. And you give too much of it away in the beginning. I'm not talking about sex, but maybe some of you do that too, right? Like, wait it out. See where it goes. Be playful. Be friends first. Don't, like, give everything away. And that even includes information about yourself, right? If you do have vulnerabilities, things within yourself that you feel could be used against you. I just saw 1222, so a lot of 222s, 22222, whatever. Use your discernment with it. That's really all I can tell you with that. If you're getting into a new situation, a new job, keep your mouth shut for a while. Let them talk. They want to ask you questions. You can either choose to say, you know what, I'm not ready to disclose that with you yet. Maybe we can work into that, you know? Use your discernment. That's all I'm going to tell you with that. Okay, what else? Hi, kitty. She's just sitting right across from me. She's looking at me from about right over here. Never forget how resilient you are. You always bounce back. Yes. You know, some of us like go into like a hermit mode from fear. Like, I am so scared about getting hurt again, about getting taken advantage of again. I can't go through that again. And so you just like shut down. And Spirit just wants you to know that that's what you're healing from up here. Is the answer is not to shut down and to avoid everything. Let's heal from it and know better for next time. You know, you should be loved and you should be treated well. You absolutely deserve it. You don't have to earn it. You know, that's conditional love. Maybe you've been trained to deal with that scenario in the past. So just know that as you go through this, whatever this is, you're good. It's scary to open your heart back up again after being hurt. It totally is. Yeah? She is under the desk now. Under the chair. Now she's just kind of snooping around. She always is up here when I do readings, so just so you guys know. Guys, gals, whoever's listening. Oh, that card fell on the floor. Let me grab it. All right, we got this one. Take responsibility for your choices. This is your life to live. Own it. I love this because, again, you were back here at an important juncture and you had a choice to make. Being stuck and stagnant is a choice. And now you're like, I don't choose that for myself anymore. So now you get to own your choices and understand that this is your life to live. You get to now build it the way you want it to look like. And it's from a healed place, not a lack mentality. Beautiful energy. Hi, kitty. All right, we'll get one more. Thank you. Remember that you can't change anyone but yourself. Wow, what a powerful message I am telling you. Because guess what? I just saw 2222 again. You can't change anyone, right? Maybe back in that past situation, you thought that you could. Like, people often get into situations for potential, right? Oh, but they have potential. Or maybe they're telling me all the right things, but then their actions don't match their words, and now I'm conflicted. Like, who's the real them? Is it the them that they say they are, or is it the them that they are acting as? That is a tough thing to go through mentally. It really mentally messes with your brain, and that is a form of manipulation. And they know it, okay? So you can't change anybody. If you outgrow a situation, You get to just be yourself, because that's what you can change. And if you have to leave someone behind, then so be it. A job, whatever it is. And then the bottom of the deck goes perfectly well with this message today. And it says, stop giving your power away right now. Like, literally stop. Call it all back. It's yours, and you need it. You've already had to heal from so many other people taking your power, or you giving it away. And it's like, nope, I don't want to go through that again. I know you don't. None of us do. So we're going to heal from the mess and call our power back to us, and then use it. Use it for our own selves, because we need it. We need it to build our own life here, right? You want to be this Queen of Pentacles, who is this beautiful, loving, nurturing energy. She also lives a life of luxury and enjoys the fruits of her labor. But also, again, between it, we have the Four of Wands, building that solid foundation, having celebrations. Maybe you like to throw and host parties. But being in a lack mentality, maybe you couldn't do that before, you know? Maybe you were all up in your head about what your house looked like, and you're like, I don't want people to come over and see the way I live, or whatever, you know? I don't know. Just giving examples again. So it feels very much like you got out of your head over here, okay? You let something go, you decided, you moved forward quickly, decided better for yourself, and healed from some situation. So you did the right thing. Like, there it is. And if you haven't done the right thing yet, and you're still on some process of this journey, that's okay too. Just know that it gets better, right? So you might be in this building phase, right? I've decided, I started to move. I'm building right now. I haven't yet seen this and haven't healed fully from whatever yet. Maybe I haven't bloomed yet in the right place or the right time, and so I don't know what that looks like. That's okay. You don't have to have everything figured out right now. That's not how this works. In fact, Spirit will keep things from you on purpose. Like, you have no idea where you're going to end up. We're going to put you in this concrete, I just heard concrete jungle, so maybe New York is, important to somebody out there. But it's like they're literally going to put you in front of people, places, whatever, that is going to benefit you the most. And you're going to be appreciated and loved for who you truly are. All right. So let's get you an angel number to close this reading out. This has honestly been a beautiful reading. It's like a journey of healing and self-love and finding your way and then building your own way. And been through a lot of stuff, but you made it. You did the thing. Okay. What is one angel number that we have for the collective to close this reading out? This one. 6688. Give up and get more. Giving, letting go, paying attention, moving forward. You are about to separate from something in the physical world, such as selling property. If you don't want to lose or sell anything in your material life, you can change your thoughts and change this direction. However, if you intend to sell or separate from some things in your life, regard this sequence of numbers as a sign that your wish is about to be fulfilled. Awesome. And I'm getting that, sometimes we do have divine timing and divine intervention. Whereas, again, those things are taken out of your life for a reason. So some of those things that you may be gripping onto too tightly, might be gone anyways. So just be careful of that. All right, everybody, this has been your reading. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. Truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you. Remember to comment book if you want to be entered into the November giveaway for a copy of my book, and you must be subscribed to win that. But Kitty and I want to wish you a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and so much love. Take care, everyone, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.